These are some of the reasons why Japan is one of the smartest countries in the world. Apart from their population size and technological knowledge, here's one major reason why they're already living in the future. Although some engineering mistakes were detected, I still calibrate their efforts and dedications. Watch this video to the end and tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. It all began in the 1960s. When the Kansai region was rapidly losing trade to Tokyo, planners proposed a new airport near Kobe and Osaka. The city's original international airport, Itami Airport, located in the densely populated suburbs of Itami and Toyonaka, was surrounded by buildings. It could not be expanded, and many of its neighbors had filed complaints because of noise pollution problems. After the protests surrounding New Tokyo International Airport, now Narita International Airport, which was built with expropriated land in a rural part of Chiba Prefecture, planners decided to build the airport offshore. The new airport was part of a number of new developments to revitalize Osaka, which had been losing economic and cultural ground to Tokyo for most of the century. Initially, the airport was planned to be built near Kobe, but the city of Kobe refused the plan, so the airport was moved to a more southerly location on Osaka Bay. There it could be open 24 hours per day, unlike its predecessor in the city. An artificial island, 4 kilometers, 2012 meters long and 2.5 kilometers, so 1,012 nirame wide, was proposed. Engineers needed to overcome the extremely high risks of earthquakes and typhoons, with storm surges of up to 3 meters or 10 ft. The water depth is 18 meters, 59 ft, on top of 20 meters, 66 ft, of soft Holocene clay, which holds 70% water. 1 million sand drains were built into the clay to remove water and solidify the clay. Construction started in 1987. The seawall was finished in 1989, made of rock and 48,000 tetrapod. 3 mountains were excavated for 21 million cubic meters, 27 million cubic yards, and 180 million cubic meters, 240 million cubic yards, was used to construct Island 1. Over 3 years, 10,000 workers using 80 ships took 10 million man-hours to complete the 30 or 40 meter, 100 or 130 ft layer of earth over the seafloor and inside the seawall. In 1990, a 3-kilometer, 1.9 mi bridge was completed to connect the island to the mainland at Rinku Town at a cost of $1 billion. Completion of the artificial island increased the area of Osaka Prefecture just enough so that it is no longer the smallest prefecture in Japan. Kagawa Prefecture is now the smallest. Opened on 4th of September 1994, the airport serves as a hub for several airlines such as All Nippon Airways, Japan Airlines, and Nippon Cargo Airlines. It is the international gateway for Japan's Kansai region, which contains the major cities of Kyoto, Kobe, and Osaka. Other Kansai domestic flights fly from the older but more conveniently located Osaka International Airport in Itami or from the newer Kobe Airport. The airport had been deeply in debt, losing $560 million in interest every year. Airlines had been kept away by high landing fees, about $7,500 for a Boeing 747, the second most expensive in the world after Narita's. In the early years of the airport's operation, excessive terminal rent and utility bills for on-site concessions also drove up operating costs. Some estimates before opening held that a cup of coffee would have to cost us 10. Osaka business owners pressed the government to take a greater burden of the construction cost to keep the airport attractive to passengers and airlines. On 17th of February 2005, Chubu Sentrace International Airport opened in Nagoya, just east of Osaka. The opening of the airport was expected to increase competition between Japan's international airports. Despite this, passenger totals were up 11% in 2005 over 2004, and international passengers increased to 3.06 million in 2006, up 10% over 2005. Adding to the competition were the opening of Kobe Airport, less than 25 kilometers and 16 meters away in 2006, and the lengthening of the runway at Tokushima Airport in Shikoku in 2007. The main rationale behind the expansions was to compete with Incheon International Airport and Hong Kong International Airport as a gateway to Asia as Tokyo area. Airports were severely congested. Kansai saw a 5% year-on-year increase in international traffic in summer 2013, largely supported by low-cost carrier traffic to Taiwan and Southeast Asia, overcoming a decrease in traffic to China and South Korea. The airport authority was allotted 4 billion yen in government support for fiscal year 2013, and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport and the Ministry of Finance agreed to reduce this amount in stages through fiscal year 2015. Although local governments in the Kansai region have pressed for continued subsidies, Kansai has been marketed as an alternative to Narita Airport for international travelers from the Greater Tokyo area. By flying to Kansai from Haneda Airport and connecting to international flights there, travelers can save the additional time required to get to Narita, up to 1.5 hours for many residents of Kanagawa Prefecture and southern Tokyo. The bidding and construction of the airport was a source of international trade friction during the late 1980s and early 1990s. Prime Minister Yasuhiro Nakasone responded to American concerns, particularly from Senator Frank Murkowski, that bids would be rigged in Japanese companies' favor by providing special offices for prospective international contractors, which ultimately did little to ease the participation of foreign contractors in the bidding process. Later, foreign airlines complained that 2/3 of the departure hall counter space had been allocated to Japanese carriers, disproportionately to the actual carriage of passengers through the airport. The island had been predicted to sink 5.7 meters, 18 ft 8 in, by the most optimistic estimate as the weight of the material used for construction compressed the seabed silts. However, by 1999, the island had sunk 8.2 meters, 26 ft 11 in, almost 50% more than predicted. The project became the most expensive civil works project in modern history after 20 years of planning, 3 years of construction, and US $15 billion of investment. Much of what was learned went into the successful artificial islands in silt deposits for Nukita Kyushu Airport, Kobe Airport, and Chubu Centrais International Airport. The lessons of Kansai Airport were also applied in the construction of Hong Kong International Airport. In 1991, the terminal construction commenced. To compensate for the sinking of the island, adjustable columns were designed to support the terminal building. These are extended by inserting thick metal plates at their bases. Government officials proposed reducing the length of the terminal to cut costs, but architect Renzo Piano insisted on keeping the terminal at its full planned length. The airport was opened on the 4th of September 1994. On 17th of January 1995, Japan was struck by the Great Hanshin earthquake, the epicenter of which was about 20 kilometers, 12 millimeters, away from Kix, and killed 6,434 people on Japan's main island of Honshu. Due to its earthquake engineering, the airport emerged unscathed, mostly due to the use of sliding joints. Even the glass in the windows remained intact. On 22nd September 1998, the airport survived a typhoon with wind speeds over 60 km with a many S, 130 PAS. On 19th April 2001, the airport was one of 10 structures given the Civil Engineering Monument of the Millennium Award by the American Society of Civil Engineers. As of 2008, the total cost of Kansai Airport was $20 billion, including land reclamation, 2 runways, terminals, and facilities. Most additional costs were initially due to the island sinking, expected due to the soft soils of Osaka Bay. The sink rate fell from 50 cm 20 in per year during 1994 to 7 cm 3 in per year in 2008. Japan has been proving to the world that anything is possible, and in the next few years I believe that they will do better. Thanks for watching.